Greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. Today is Wednesday, December 14th, 2022, 3:02 p.m. And I titled this one Depression, Suicide, uh, DJ Twitch, and Others. And I'm not even gonna flex like I really knew who DJ Twitch was outside of seeing the Ellen show passing by. But what really gets me and the reason that I'm speaking on this is because you know, I deal with that a lot. I deal with depression a lot. Um, I'm constantly battling through it because that's what it is. It's a battle. It's like the other type of addiction. So you can relapse at any moment. You can get to a place of high and you can just relapse because you never know what really goes on. Um, and even if something was to happen to me, don't allow them to use my suicide or use my depression as a reason why. Just to put that out there. But this dude was 40 years old. He was 40 years old, and money, success, fame, or however we want to chop these things up. But honestly, none of that stuff really matters when you're going through something. A lot of people that were millionaires committed suicide. Robin Williams, so they tell us. Um, the brother from I think his name was Lee William Thompson. Forgive me if I have it wrong, but he played Jet Jackson and others. Because what goes on and what I really want to make this message for my brothers um, is that it's cool to talk about things. Let's make it cool to talk about what you're going through. Because so long we're trying to put up this facade that everything is okay. And what depression does, it's a projection, right? You're constantly projecting, oh, I'm all right. Oh, I'm okay. And you effed up on the inside, right? You effed up on the inside. Um, I remember just there's a lot of things that contributes to my depression or contributed. But one is like having cerebral palsy or a so-called disability, physical, visible disability in such a shallow world, right? Um, it kind of makes you not happy with yourself. Society can make you not happy with yourself. And I think we all can agree by the amount of people who get plastic surgery, the amount of people who constantly just want to change themselves because they're doing that because of how the world has made them feel about themselves, which is why I disagree with Cat Williams' statement because I call Cap and BS on that. And Cat Williams is one of my favorite comedians, so there's no slight toward him. But I think sometimes we put this fake self-righteousness, just everything is good in my life. And he's like, I think he's doing one of his skits, and he's like, it's called self-esteem, this, that, and that, because we project that we have all of it. And there are some people that are confident, but everybody hurts. How high would his self-esteem been had he never would have gotten in Hollywood and gotten to a place to be secure? Because a lot of times depression comes from lack of money, lack of understanding. Like I did a video and I was saying when Twister fat shamed Gabrielle Sidibe. And I was saying sometimes people date outside their race, or sometimes people can be homosexual because of rejection factor. And I remember that there was a lesbian that didn't like that comment, and she based her being a lesbian off of everybody, and you can't do that. Like I can't base my disability on everybody. I can only speak to me and ones that feel what I feel. But there are several factors to why people can commit suicide. You just get to a point where you're fed up. Um, I remember in 2020 the loss of my mom, and this is what people who haven't been through certain situations or been through that fail to realize. That is totally life altering, right? To literally be like one day you're here and the next day you're gone. So you go from certainty, familiarity, having somebody that nobody's loved is like a good, righteous mother. Somebody that has your back, no matter what, your best friend. So, some things that kind of keep me, and being honest, and I think I've said it on some of these videos before, some of the things that kind of keep me in hopes of Kanye is the familiarity and the understanding of the devastation of how you feel after the loss of your mother. And I've always felt that pain for him, even when I did have my mom. Because and I always say it's predicated on how close you were with a person that you lose. But sometimes depression can come from, man, you just feel like you're alone in this world. Sometimes suicide can come from you just feel like you're alone. Nobody understands. Hey, I'm better off, because that lower energy is talking to you. So you just can't pop yourself out of it, which is kind of like some of the misconceptions of it. You can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna get a bag of money, and I'm just fixed, I'm happy. It can help. But I remember when I lost my mom, I was just going through so much, even leading up to before I was with this woman that I loved. I'm not gonna lie, I loved her. I loved her children. And when somebody's not feeling you and they just want to just throw it away, they just do it. We discard people like they're pieces of tissue. So there were moments, especially after my mom transitioned, I didn't know if I would be okay. And that's just honestly. I didn't know if I would live. I didn't know if I would survive. Because, everything that you are certain about is gone. It was taken from me. The relationship I was certain about, gone. The woman that gave me life, gone. My brother from 2004, gone. Everything, every familiar face that I ever knew, gone. So there it is. I felt like an outsider. And sometimes, you get tired of telling people what you need. Sometimes people just don't hear you. And sometimes people just don't give a F. And it's like, you don't want to put that burden on people to feel like they're responsible for calling you. But sometimes you just need a friendly voice. You need a friendly laugh. You need a friendly face. You don't always want to feel pressure. You feel enough pressure. But what I want to continue to say to my brothers, that it's okay to feel, y'all. I hate the way this fake masculinity is going, that we don't care about nothing. We don't value nothing. Women are worthless. Men are worthless. All this stuff that we're projecting onto each other, it comes from hurt, sad places, unhealed places. You know what I'm saying? Unhealed places. Healing is cool. Loving you a sister is cool. Loving you a brother is cool. Telling a woman how much she means to you, if she values you, it's cool. Telling a friend how much you appreciate them, it's cool. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. Call, check up on people. Like I remember when I was speaking and I was doing a speaking engagement here, and I was saying, for everybody that's so-called tired of the system, everybody that so-called tired of police brutality, etc., Why do we call the police to do wellness checks? We'll call the very people that we say we're against. We don't care. We're anti. We'll call those very people that they show us that murder us when they come to our homes. We'll call them to do wellness checks on our people instead of us doing wellness checks. Because what do? We blow things off. Well, I got enough going on. I can't. And that doesn't mean lend yourself to people that you're just drained, because it does become draining. But that's why we have to do a system. That's why we have to do, kind of like each one teach one, in a sense. You get what I'm saying? We give excuses of how not to be there for somebody. We give excuses of why we don't want to be there for somebody when you never know what a person is going through. Because like I said, suicide and depression and all of this, it's projecting. It's projecting that I'm okay. So we'll say, oh, the person said they was fine. I didn't know, because they were pretending. They were pretending. It's cool to check on people. It's cool to love your friends. So that's all I want to say. I'm not going to get on a long, drawn-out soapbox. It's just like mental health matters. It's not some negative thing. It happens. It doesn't have a look. Just like an STD, it doesn't have a look. So I greet you how I leave you how I greeted you in a BB448. African liberation for African people. Peace.